Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to another YouTube video. So today I'm going to be sharing a very massive book haul. These are books that I have accumulated over like the past month and a half. I feel like I do have a little bit more books that I have accumulated, but I feel like if I take all of those books, my shelves will be absolutely empty and it will technically just be my entire shelves because I have in fact revamped and have restocked my shelves up. Like there are a lot of books that I have unhauled and have given away, and there are books that I have purchased. There's a lot of books that I have, new books that I have purchased. Also, the shelf that you see behind me is not my only shelf. I do have another shelf over there, and I think most of my newer books are on this shelf. So yeah, but I will eventually be doing a bookshelf tour and be showing you all the books that I do have. So if there are books that I never showed you guys in any of my other videos, you will see it then. I just feel like if I take all of the books, it'll be an entire, like, my entire bookshelf. So I'm gonna do the books that I feel like I have purchased over the last month and a half, which I think are these ones. I think I got all of them. um and then whatever I do not show you guys that are new, that I don't remember how far back new they are, you will see them in a bookshelf. Also, I do want to make a quick disclaimer that this is not me bragging at all. I do not care to sit here and brag and be like, haha, look, this is what I got. No, this is not me bragging. This is just me having, like, feeling like I'm having girl on girl time with my book girlies, my book besties, whoever is watching, and just kind of like sharing with you guys what I bought. That's it. Like, there's nothing to it. There's no like competition that I bought all these books and blah blah blah. Like, there's none of that. So I do want to also make a disclaimer. Yes, I did buy all of these books by myself. I think my husband bought like maybe 4 or 3 of them, but that's it. Like, I have bought all these books. These were not books that were given to me. I was not like blessed to get any of these books by anybody. These are books that I've spent my hard-earned working money on. So I also wanted to make that a disclaimer because I understand that not a lot of people can always afford books. I also know that books are very expensive. Guess what? I was there too. I was once that person that was not able to buy books every week because I know how expensive books can be, and I know how expensive it can be when you buy a lot at a time. I was very much a Kindle girly for an entire year. And, you know, I know that everyone's financial situations are not always the same. And I get that. I am very humble enough to know that, you know what, today I could have money, tomorrow I could be completely broke. And that is okay. Like, my purpose here for sharing the books that I have is not to gloat or to make anyone feel bad. This is just stuff that I've enjoyed. I have not bought books in a whole entire year, and I feel like now that I'm in a space that I can kind of spoil myself here and there, that's what I'm going to do. Now, does that always mean that I get to do that? Absolutely not. There's weeks where I don't get to buy a book or books or whatever the case may be because finances are low, and I get that is the case for a lot of people. So please do not ever take what I am showing you guys as a way of me gloating or showing off or anything like that, because again, I do work a 9 to 5. I don't make money off of social media, so I'm not just like free balling in my pocket and being able to just buy whatever I want whenever I want and not have to think about my finances or my bills or anything like that. Okay, I'm just a regular schmegular girl, and I work a 9 to 5 and I do normal girl shit. That's it. Okay, nothing else, nothing special. I am no way, shape, or form special or, you know, crazy rich. Okay, I gotta work and bust my ass and work my chonies off to get the things that I want. So that's all I want to say. But let's jump into this video and let me just share with you guys what I have purchased over the past month and a half. So first book we're gonna start with is Rewrite Our Story by Kat Singleton. If I'm not mistaken, this is a part of a series. I think there's like 3 or 4 books in this series, maybe 5. And this is the alternative covers, and I think that they are so pretty. I don't remember what this is about, but I do remember that this was a story that I feel like I was going to enjoy. A lot of these books, I don't remember what they're about, if I'm being absolutely honest with you, because, you know, they've been sitting on my shelf for a while, so obviously I've kind of forgot about them and like things like that. But at the moment when I did purchase these books, I knew what they're about, which is why I bought them. But sitting here right now, I don't know what they're about. So I feel like I'm kind of going into them blind. which sometimes I like being able to go into books blind and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't remember what it's about, but I did get this one. Next, I got these two by Jessie Hall. I got Huck and I got Kid. I know you have to read one before the other. I don't think they have anything to do with each other, but I think that a character, I think Kid in this book is shown in this book or something like that, or you see Hawk in this book. I don't know, one of those. But I know you have to read one before the other, or maybe you should read one before the other. I don't think you have to, because I don't think that these are part of a series, but I think you see one of the characters in the other book make an appearance, so it kind of helps make sense of who's what and what part they play in the books or whatever the case. So yeah, I got those. Next, I got Never by Jessa Hastings, and the only thing I know about this is that I think it's a Peter Pan retelling, and that's it. That's all I know. I'm not a big Peter Pan fan, if I'm being very much quite honest, but I did like Hooked, which was by Emily McIntyre. I believe that's her name, and that was a Captain Hook, not retelling, or maybe it is a retelling, but like it's more of like if the villains got their love story type of feel. So yeah, but I wanted to read this one because I feel like I will still enjoy it regardless. Like I said, I'm not a big Peter Pan fan, but it's a romance book, so we're gonna go with it. All right, next I'm gonna show these because I feel like they're sitting right here next to me, and just why not. But I do have three of the books, three of the five, I believe, of the Windy series, the Windy City series. So I have Mile High, I have The Right Move, and I have Caught Up. And Caught Up I actually did just get today. It actually came in the mail a little bit ago. So I do have these three, and I just think that the covers are absolutely beautiful. Like, it just looks so pretty. But yeah, I have these, and I can't wait to get the other ones so I can finish the entire series and just have them sitting pretty on my shelf. Next we have, I did buy Little Strangers and I did buy Little Liar. So we're moving on. Next I have Firefly Lane.
You take your pictures?
No, I'm making a video.
Oh, making
for
a video.
YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, this is why it's really hard to film in a house full of people, because there's so much background noise. There's so many people coming in and out of the videos. You gotta like wait, and I just don't feel like I like to film in front of a lot of people. Anyways, let's jump back in. So, next I have Kristen Hanna's Firefly Lane. And I remember telling you guys, I think I showed you guys that I had bought The Nightingale, and I really want to start branching out into different genres like this, like historical fiction and things like, you know, what she writes and stuff like that. I do have other books that I want to get from her. But this is a series over on Netflix, which is the only reason why that I did buy it, because I want to watch that series. I heard that it's a beautiful book. I heard that the series is really pretty, or not really pretty, but I heard it's a really good series. And stuff like that. And I think I saw a picture of like the ending of the series, and I was like, wait, what? No. So I did buy it because I do want to read her book. I do want to read the book, but I also want to read more of her books as well. So we got that one. Next, here are just two like thriller books. These are the only thriller books that I do have that are newer. One being The Crash by Frida McFadden. This was pre-ordered, so that's the only reason why I got it, but I have not read it yet. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on this book, so we will see. But I feel like this is, I don't know, there's something about like mystery thrillers that I enjoy reading more of them, like during the colder months, like Halloween, like just the beginning of the winter, you know, fall, things like that. But I also like to save a lot of my thrillers for like when I'm in a book slump or when I'm just kind of tired of romances. I will pick up a good thriller. So that is that. Also, I did find No Exit. Now, this book I know looks a little bit beat up, and I promise I did not come in the mail like that. I actually got this from a thrift store here in PA, which this was the only book that I found in my thrift stores that was a book that I wanted to buy and that I've heard of. My thrift stores suck here, okay? Like, absolutely suck. Um, Also, it is a book, it is a movie on Hulu, I believe it says here. I'm gonna, please don't tell me. Oh my god, I hate when they do that. But it is a show on Hulu, I believe, and because it does say it there, but I feel like I haven't seen it on Hulu. I feel like I saw it somewhere else. But anyways, this is a show. I wanted to read the book before watching the show. So, next book that I bought was Unworthy by Sutton Snow. And this is, I think it's a darker romance, or I'm pretty sure it is a darker romance just because of the cover and things like that. But I believe this is a dead boyfriend's dad situation, okay? I did read like the first few pages of it and I was just like, whoa. So I genuinely cannot wait to like get deeper further into this book. So we shall see. But I can't wait for that one. And then I got this book, which, Lord Jesus, this is one of those books where I'm just like, I'm not ready to read because I know it's not an HEA. And yeah. I know. I don't know either. I don't know why. I don't know. But we bought it. We bought it. Next, I have The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Again, another hockey romance. I don't know what it is. I need to find more other romances like football and basketball and baseball because I genuinely like those romances more. And I think it just has a lot to do with the fact that my husband was a football player. He, a high school football player. Like, he played high school football. He played high school baseball. And he didn't play high school basketball, but he loves basketball and stuff like that. So, like, that's more my thing. And, like, we watch it. Or I watch it here and there with him, but he's more of, like, that. We don't watch hockey. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but, yeah. So, I want to get more of those books, but here we are. We have another hockey romance. And then here we have From Here to Eternity by L. Jackson. I don't know what this book is about either. Like I said, a lot of these books I am going to end up going in blind because I don't remember what they're about, but I do remember at the time of me purchasing them that there are books that obviously I will enjoy. So I do have that. Also, I hope that this noise does not bother you. Like I said, it's really hard to record a video when I have all the kids home on a weekend and things like that because they're not going to be quiet. So hopefully them being upstairs is not too distracting and their noise is not too distracting. So yeah, I apologize, but it just is what it is. So yeah, we got that one. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay. All right, so next we have The Wild Side, which is the third book in the, I don't know what series this is called. Doesn't say it on here. Oh, the Rose Hill series. I do have the other two right there, over there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have the other two over there, and I did get the third one. So this was also pre-ordered, which is why I just got it. I didn't even read the first two, but I figured I'm gonna finish off the series, so we bought the third one. Next, I have these two books here. The first one is called Him, and the next one is called Teach Me. And these are by L.L. Ash. I've never seen these books ever being talked about. I've never heard about this author. Again, it's just one of those where like I like to go on Amazon and just like look up books, or like I'll just be like skimming through them, or depending on what kind of books I have purchased before, like Amazon will recommend me like an author or maybe some books that I might like. And this was one of those like trilogies that were there. And there's another book to this that I will be getting. And yeah, I don't remember. I think this is the first one. Oh, okay. And this is, I think, best friend's dad, and I think he's a teacher. So this is obviously forbidden, taboo, age gap, all that good stuff. So Yeah, but I cannot wait to read these because, like, first of all, look at that man. Look at that man. Tell me you don't want. Okay, exactly. Thank you very much. But anyways, I cannot wait to get into those. That looks like something that would be fun. All right, and then next we have Intoxication by Charlene Namdari. I'm sorry for butchering your last name, but again, okay, period. Um, First of all, there isn't not much back here. But what's back here is interesting enough that I bought it. So it says, my past, he was my lover. My present, he's my future father-in-law. And my future, who do I choose? Promises are not meant to be broken, are they? Period. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. So, I bought it. I got it. Here we are. We have her. There's that. Next, I have Fracture by R.D. Baker. And I think, first of all, the cover gives me, what's that one movie that my husband likes? The Matrix. The cover gives me Matrix vibes. I don't know why. Maybe it's the lettering. I really don't know. But it gives me Matrix, okay? This one says, let's just quickly go into it and see what it says. Because we're almost done here. So, this one says, it's been 10 years. I've waited for them. They waited for me. And now they're back. Ah, yes. I think this... Okay, I remember this one. It says, from prison for protecting me. My knights in shining armor, Dylan and Levi. My boyfriend and my stepbrother. What they don't know is how broken I am. How these years have changed me. And how, though I've tried to deny it for so long, I want them both. It's so wrong. No one would understand. And living under the same roof together, having these thoughts, is a ticking time bomb. Or I'm sorry, it's a ticking bomb waiting to explode. But with the way they look at each other and at me, maybe they're also willing to crash and burn. Except they're not the only ones from the past who have returned. It's come back to haunt me with a vengeance. But make no mistake, they're also willing to prove how far they'll go, how many lives they'll destroy, the crime they'll commit again and again to keep me safe. These monsters are dangerous, but they're also mine. Like, what? Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, give it to me. I want that. I want that for me. I want that. Absolutely. We're taking it. There's no giving back. We're taking that. Next, I have Drive by Kate Stewart, which is a first book in this trilogy, I believe, or duology. After reading Flock, I done a deep dive into Kate Stewart to see what other books she had, and there are a few books in her series that, or in her backlist that she does have that I am very, very intrigued with. This one being one of them. She does have, it's this one, and then there's two other ones, Reverse, and I think it's like a novella or something like that. But yeah, and then she does also have One Last Rainy Day, and then her other two books that are part of that trilogy are also coming out this year, and I have those pre-ordered. So we have a lot of Kate Stewart coming to you, okay? But yeah, we have that one. And then I have Pucking Wild by Emily Rath, which is the second book to Pucking Around. I think there's like 3 books in that series. First of all, Pucking Around is a huge ass book. Okay, it's just as big as a book that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. That thing is huge. It's like 700 pages. What do you have to tell me in 700 pages? I don't fucking know. But this is the second book to that. So we got it. It was like $8, I think. It was on sale. I don't know. Next, we have The Pucking Wrong Number by C.R. Jane. I know that this is like a whole series in itself. There's a bunch of different ones. But I think these are all kind of like mean guys. You know? I don't know. I don't really know. Let's see. A star athlete crosses the line from passion into obsession in this darkly addictive hockey romance. Give me a second chance, babe, and I'll blow your mind. For Rose doesn't know why she answers a text that's obviously meant for someone else, or why she keeps answering. Maybe it's because she's all alone in a big city and in desperate need of a lifetime. Or maybe it's because each exchange leaves her intrigued and more than a little turned on. Still, Monroe never would have started back if she'd known she was talking to the golden boy of the Dallas Knights. Okay. Okay, I remember people talking about this. Okay, this sounds fun. Why does this sound really fun? Yeah, we're gonna read that. We're gonna read that, obviously. Next we have Double Pucked by Lauren Blakely, which is also part of a series. I think there's like 4 of them, maybe 5. I don't know. There's a few of them in the series. If you would have asked me last year would I have bought this book, no. This is one of those books that I have put and taken out and put back and taken out of my Amazon wish list many times. And once I started liking Why Chooses and that whole thing, that's when I put it back into my Amazon wish list. And I was like, you know what, let's just do it, because obviously now, like, we have to, right? Again, it's a hockey romance. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Next, I have Defy, which is the first or the prequel to the Sinners of Saints series. Now, I don't think you need to read this book to read the Sinners of Saints series, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have this thing where I feel like I think that my things are going to be left out. I don't know. I know that's a thing. I know that's a mental thing. So I felt like, first of all, you're supposed to come first before the whole entire series. And I don't want you to feel left out. Like, I don't want you to feel left out of the series. So we had to get you. Now, the only thing I don't like is that this book is bigger and taller than the other books. Like, obviously, it is more of like a prequel, so it's not going to be thick. But I just don't like that it's tall. Like, can we start making all of the books match? Because that's so annoying. Thank you. Especially when it's part of a series. All right, and then next, you probably just saw it. You saw the glimpse of it. Next. This is a book that I have tried to read several times on my Kindle. And I think the reason that I failed was because I was not in my dark romance era. Like, I wasn't in the space to read dark romance. And I feel like you have to mentally prepare yourself, and you have to prepare your mental load for dark romance, because it can get dark very quickly. Okay. And I've slowly been working on that. Okay. It hasn't been a easy ride. I've slowly been working on that. So I have decided to pull the trigger and just finally do it, and just buy the book. And I feel like maybe if I buy the book, maybe, I'll just read it. So we bought it. I didn't think it would be this huge, but that's all right. In the Kindle, I'm like 300-ish pages in. Like, I am deep into the Kindle. Here's the thing. I don't know if I should restart it or if I should just pick up where I left off. Because I feel like I do remember quite a bit of what has happened. So I feel like I don't want to have to restart. But if I need to, then I will, I guess. But, yeah, I got the ritual. I did. And I will be buying the rest of the other books. I will be. Yeah, I am. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, and then lastly, I have 3 more books here. I have, this one is called Finding the Forward, and this is part 1. Okay, there's a second book. It's called Finding the Forward part 2. Okay, look how big this book is. It's 600 pages. I don't know what's going on with people in these huge books, but if the second one is just as big, what the hell do you have to tell me in 1,200 pages? What? I need to know. I just need to know. So, but I did buy it because I think that the front is beautiful. I think the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what it's about.
I've been told over and over that no one wants an alpha female like me. Now that I know how to be one. On what feels like the worst day of my life, I find Griff, the sexy giant forward, in my airplane seat. The connection between us is molten. If he wasn't a beta, I swear he was my scent match. My soulmate, my perfect omega. The chemistry between me and the rest of the pack is just as hot. There's Jonas, a tattooed blue-haired alpha defender. Dean, a huge omega goalie with a thing for bread.
And even AJ, a well-dressed, grumpy alpha investment banker. I want to be Griff's alpha. I want them all, but can I face my past and alpha up? So, reverse harem, I believe that's what they call this. I think that's why I bought it, because there's a bunch of them, not just 2. There's like 3 or 4. So yeah, we have that. Next, I have this one, which is called So Wrong. And this, first of all, I think the cover is so cute. It is so cute. I love it. I think that's why it was no brainer to like buy this. But also, it is a Why Choose romance. It is also a then and now timeline, and they're in college, so it is a college romance, so it's more in an adult, more like feel. It's not super YA, but it's still kind of like YA. There is stepbrother in here. I think I said that it is a why choose. So she does end up dating the stepbrother, but if I'm not mistaken, in the then um uh timeline, they were not related at all. Like, they were just random strangers that I think one of her friends introduced them in like a very quick scene, and they just became friends. And I think maybe their parents started dating, because I haven't read too far into this book. I actually started reading this book on my Kindle, and then I bought it. So I haven't read too far into it, but I know that in the then timeline, they did not know each other, and I think that their parents just got with each other, and that's how they became step siblings. And then the step brother has a best friend, and I think that that's how the why choose became about, because they kind of have a thing. Well, she kind of has a thing for for both of them, or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So I am really, really intrigued. This is also part of a series. There's like 4 books, I think, in the series. So I cannot wait to dig my teeth into it. And then lastly, I have The Perfect Fit by Sadie Kincaid, which is also a why choose romance, but this is more of like a darker romance. And if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly, this is one of those where it's like it's 2 guys who are looking for the perfect fit for their kind of relationship. So I think that they are friends, and they are specifically looking for a spouse for them to share, and they have gone through women after women after women, and they never fully fit to their lifestyle, or their sexual preferences, and like how they want to do things. So I think they find the perfect fit, and then she just kind of goes with the flow, and things just go from there. So I think that's the gist of that. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That's everything. I mean, obviously there are more, I'm sure. But like I said, I will be doing a book haul, or not a book haul. I will be doing a bookshelf tour, and whatever I did not show you today, or whatever I did not show you before, you will see in that. Like, I think some of these books up here, I don't even think I've showed you guys before. But I could be wrong. So who knows? That is everything. That is all the books that I have purchased. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will chat with you guys in my next one. Bye.